Hi dear students, welcome to the next session of microbiology. In the previous session, we had discussed what is microbiology, what are microbes, what are the different types of microorganisms which we come across in our day-to-day life, and what are the different fields of microbiology. Now, today we are going to discuss about the origins of microbiology. What are the efforts or who are the pioneer scientists? What are the areas with which they work, or what are the tools which enable them to bring the science of microbiology to the latest level. Today, we are quite familiar with different microbes, and all these discoveries or the discovery of all these microbes were possible because of the efforts of various scientists which accumulated together and generated this science of microbiology. So let's explore them. The first observations of cells were being carried out by Robert Hooke. And after that, Francis Costello, he found out the earliest microbe in bees and weevils using a microscope which has been given by Galileo. But it was Anton von Leeuwenhoek, the father of microbiology, who first described microbes accurately. And if you go to look into the milestones of in the history of microbiology, see all these ones which have been given in red are representing the milestones of the history of microbiology. You can see at the first we have Robert Hooke, who found out the cells, and he published his all the information which he got on cells in a book called Micrographia. And after that, there existed a theory called the spontaneous theory of generation of organisms, and that was being put forward by certain scientists. But this spontaneous theory or the spontaneous generation theory was being refuted or was being revoked by the efforts of various scientists, and Reddy or Franciscus Reddy is one among them. We will be coming into the details of the experiments in the coming sessions, but I'm just talking generally about the milestones. And soon after that, we have Leeuwenhoek, who discovered various organisms under his microscope, and he called them as animalcules. Then comes Spallanzani. He also attacks the spontaneous theory of generation. And later on comes Edward Jenner, who introduces cowpox vaccination for smallpox. And we have Snow, who traces cholera source to water pump. Then Louis Pasteur, he also disproves the spontaneous generation. We have Robert Koch, who demonstrates that Bacillus anthracis causes anthrax. We have the Koch's postulates, which was being put forward by Robert Koch, and he associated microorganisms with diseases. And simultaneously, Mechnikov discovered phagocytosis, autoclave was being developed, and the gram staining technique was being developed. All these we will be describing in detail in the coming sessions. Then Pasteur, again he comes up with a rabies vaccine. Then we have Vinogradsky, who is studying the sulfur and the nitrifying bacteria. Biedering, who isolates the root nodulating bacteria, as well as he also finds that viruses can cause tobacco mosaic disease. So like that, the history of microbiology continues. And later on, this process further continues. You can see Zebergi's manual, which is a where all the microorganisms are being put, that is, information on the classification of microorganisms has been done. The process of transformation, transduction, and the DNA synthesis by Watson and Crick was being put forward. And in 2003, we had the SARS virus, then we came across the MERS virus, and now we have the COVID-19 virus. So, the history of microbiology continues like that. But we do have to remember some heroes of microbiology, and they mainly include Anton van Leeuwenhoek, Joseph Lister, Paul Ehrlich, Edward Jenner, Louis Pasteur, Robert Koch, Beijering, Vinogradsky, Alexander Fleming, and Salman A. Waxman. So, in the history of microbiology, the contributions of these heroes are of much importance, and thus we would be concentrating the history of microbiology onto the efforts as well as the experiments which were being carried out by these scientists. So let's continue with them in the next sessions. Hope so you will get a better idea about different people and what are the contributions and how every piece of information was being put together and form the basis of the next scientific discoveries in the coming sessions. Thank you for now.